The way RGG has been handling the situation surrounding Kiwami 3 and Teruyuki Kagawa has been very disappointing. For those not aware of the situation, when Kiwami 3 was revealed, we also got shown that there would be some recasts to very important characters in the game, like Rikia, Nakahara, and Hamazaki. Hamazaki is now a likeness actor who is Teruyuki Kagawa. I don't know much about the guy, so when I saw this, I was just like, huh. Okay then, I don't really like the redesign, but sure, whatever, I guess. Then I discovered the controversy surrounding him. In 2019, Kagawa had sexually assaulted 2 women at a hostess bar. One was a hostess and the other was the mama of the bar. As you can see, there's photo evidence of this whole thing happening, and it's very uncomfortable to look at. And the guy even admitted it himself that he did do it in 2022. And he apologized only to one of the ladies that he assaulted. This was no longer about not liking the design of the new Hamazaki. This was now about Hamazaki is now being casted by a sexual predator. After the discovery of this, the RGG community has been very vocal of their displeasure of having Kagawa in Kiwami 3. So they started the movement of hashtag remove Kagawa, which is still going on. No one wants a sexual predator to have a prominent role in any of their product, especially in a series like Yakuza that's been very open about protecting women and sex workers. So to cast an actual sexual predator in your game as one of the most prominent characters is just bonkers. So the community has been letting RGG know that we do not want this predator in this game, but RGG has responded in probably the worst way possible, not only by not directly addressing the issue, but also going out of their way to delete and censor any mentions of the Remove Kagawa movement. Whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, RGG have been going out of their way to remove any sort of comments that revolve around Kagawa and wanting his removal. This even happened in a recent live stream that they've done for Yakuza 4, where a lot of people were once again speaking out about Kagawa being in the game and wanting him removed, and they were deliberately going out of their way to remove comments. It's one thing to just completely ignore the situation. It's another to be well aware of the situation unfolding and then choosing to filter them out and censor them so you won't have to deal with them. It probably would have been better for RGG to just either ignore it, which wouldn't be good either, but it would be better than what they're doing right now. In a way, they are still ignoring the community, but they're also telling you, hey, we hear you, but we don't care, shut up, leave us alone. And that's just a shame, really. Is this guy really that important to keep in your game that you would have to go out of your way to just keep deleting people's displeasure of having a sexual predator in your game? The way RGG has been responding has disappointed a lot of people, and it's made people pretty sad that RGG is going this route just to protect a sexual predator. People hold Yakuza very close to them. A lot of people have expressed that Yakuza has helped them through a lot of tough times, and they really love RGG and the games that they've produced. So seeing something like this happen, it can be pretty hurtful. But also, seeing something like this has reminded me of a very important rule. Do not trust these big companies. These companies are not your friends. And while they may make the products you love, to them, you are still just a consumer. You are the person that gives them the money. And that's all they care about at the end of the day. They can make whatever horrible decision they want. As long as they're still getting paid, who cares? I've only gotten into the Yakuza series this year, so maybe it's just a little bit of ignorance that I'm not sure how close the connection was between the community and RGG. But RGG doing something like this and responding the way they are to their community, this is nothing surprising for me. I think RGG is going to stand their ground and they're not going to remove Kagawa. Does this mean the community should give up? Hell no. You should continue to let your voices be heard that you don't want a sexual predator in this game. Like, you should continue to let your voice be heard. Don't let them stop you. You know? If they're going to continue to be so ignorant about it, just continue to be even louder about it. We don't want Kagawa. I know it hurts seeing something that you're so passionate about going down a terrible route because the people responsible for it are making terrible decisions, but I don't think it should completely kill the joy that that passion has brought you. And I understand that it's been kind of demoralizing for people to want to be creative with Yakuza related stuff, knowing that there's going to be a sexual predator in the next game. And right now, talking about Yakuza is very uncomfortable because of what's going on with Kiwami 3. Now, I know some people will ask, does this really matter? Is this directly affecting you? Why do you care so much? Because sexual assault is not okay, and it's not something that we should accept. I've seen people be very against the whole remove Kagawa movement because they just want to play Kiwami 3 and they don't want to be engaging with this controversial topic. They want to just buy and consume the game, and everyone that's part of this movement is annoying. And you know what? Fine. If you want to just buy Kiwami 3 and you don't care about what's happening right now with Kagawa and the entire movement, fine. Go ahead, buy Kiwami 3. But if this doesn't concern you and you actually don't care, don't try to anti-protest against a protest against a sexual predator. Like, even if you are not a fan of the remove Kagawa movement, we can agree that sexual assault is bad, right? That you shouldn't be forcing yourself upon anyone, right? That sexual predators shouldn't have a place anywhere, right? You can enjoy Yakuza Kiwami 3, but also acknowledge that, wow, RGG really made a horrible decision here. And really, let's be real here. Is Kiwami 3 really that worth fighting against a movement that wants to speak out against a sexual predator? Is it really worth going through the lengths of glazing RGG? No, it's not. And I say this as someone who was excited for Yakuza Kiwami 3, and I wanted to talk about the reveal, and I wanted to talk about all the changes that were coming. I don't really want to do that anymore. I personally don't feel comfortable with buying Kiwami 3 knowing that a sexual predator is in the game and RGG is going through the lengths of protecting this guy. It just doesn't feel right to me, and especially since I've had people close to me who've experienced sexual assault, and And the people who did it, they got away with it. Much like how Kagawa right now is just getting rewarded with a new prominent role, and he did all those things. Like, it just personally feels gross to me. And this entire situation has also affected my feelings on Stranger Than Heaven. I can't be hyped for that game anymore, because if they're willing to hire a sexual predator for Kiwami 3, what's stopping them from doing something similar for Stranger Than Heaven? It's just bad vibes all around, and I'm just sad. I'm just sad that it's turning out this way, but I am not going to support RGG any further if they're just going to continue like this. I'm not. If this is what they want to stand on, then they can keep the rest of what they're doing. If you are part of the Remove Kagawa movement and you don't like what's been going on with RGG recently, then do not buy Kiwami 3. Completely boycott it. Because I think the only way that RGG is going to feel any sort of repercussion for their choices is if you hurt their wallets. So please do not buy Kiwami 3. If you want your voices to still be heard, I'm going to put in the description the petition to remove Kagawa from Kiwami 3. It has up to 8k plus signatures right now. Please continue to let your voices be heard. Whenever RGG is going to do another stream promoting Kiwami 3 or something, continue to just put the hashtag. Continue to be vocal that you do not want Kagawa. They are going to continue to censor you, but don't let up. Continue to be loud. Continue to be firm. Let them know that you will not accept this. And if you don't care about the whole Kagawa situation and you just want to get Kiwami 3, then go ahead, get Kiwami 3. It's fine, you know, it's your decision. I'm just a random guy on the internet. But please understand that the people doing this aren't just trying to start some random internet controversy. No, they just don't want a sexual predator being a part of a franchise that they love and that you claim to love as well. My final thoughts are to RGG. I know I'm just some random guy on the internet and I don't really have a big platform or a big audience, but I want you guys to know something. You earned a fan this year. I finished the series this year. I started it back in January with Yakuza 0, and I finished it in August with Infinite Wealth being my last game. And after finishing that Yakuza journey, I left with, man, this was a really special series, and I was sad I missed out on it for such a long time. But I was happy that I finally got the chance to play it. And I was excited for the future. I was excited for Stranger Than Heaven. And seeing Kiwami 3 was coming, I was excited for that as well. But seeing how you guys have been reacting to the situation with Kagawa, I can't support you guys anymore. If you guys are going to stand your ground and keep this guy, then I'm going to stand my ground and not support you anymore. Hashtag remove Kagawa.